Hello and welcome to another WIP Wednesday. Well, if you're a returning viewer, you already know who I am and what WIP Wednesday is. And thank you so much for choosing to come back. And thank you for your patience while I briefly introduce myself to anybody who might be new to my channel. Hi, my name is May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies. And I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, and completely colorblind. So I mostly knit and crochet by feel. And well, my WIP today, WIP is WIP, that stands for work in progress. And that could be anything that you're working on today. This is my WIP that I'm going to be working on today. Yes, that's right. You saw it on Monday, the Lion brand Big Scoop baby blanket in the color blue raspberry. So pretty. Yeah. Not done with that yet for sure, right? Getting close, but not done with it yet. So, anyways, say hello in the comment section. Let me know what you're doing today with me. Are we knitting together? Are we crocheting together? Are we sewing? Are we cleaning? Are we organizing your desk? I don't know, but we all want to know the things, and we will encourage you along on your journey. So, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Yeah. I am working on the blanket. So, I wanted to talk to y'all about more yarn sales, more upcoming yarn. What are we going to see on the channel, right? So, hobbii, Hobbii. You've seen that Christmas glitter wheel of alpaca. That was the last order that I placed with Hobbii, was the Christmas glitter wheel of alpaca. You can find that on my channel. It's even got a thumbnail photo of the Christmas glitter wheel of alpaca in my favorite color, the gingerbread, the one I've already worked up in the crochet shawl. And I said in that video, I placed that order right before the tariffs happened, right before the tariffs took effect. I placed that order. So that was the last one. So I did place another order with Hobbii post tariffs, and I just filmed that video. I filmed the unboxing, unbagging, really. It came in bags, 2 different bags. I filmed that video, and I made that video, and that's coming up for you this weekend. It should be. It's uploaded. And it's scheduled right now to come out this weekend. So, unless something else happens that I feel is more time sensitive, like a, yarn sale or something, right? But we have a lull in the yarn sales right now. Woo! I think all of our credit cards and wallets and bank accounts can use a break from yarn sales, right? I know mine can. So, anyways, so I just filmed that as uploaded, and it should be happening this weekend. So during that video, I said, when I placed this order, there was a 15% tariff, and I was willing to pay that because I only looked at, sale yarns that I could get. Some of those yarns in that video I got for 50% off. So even with the 15% tariff, you're getting it for 35% off. Some of them I did get as low as like 25% off, 15% tariff. It's only 10% off, so the sale isn't as good. So I literally just recorded that, and I was feeling pretty good about that and thinking, I'm going to keep shopping at Hobbii, but I'm only going to shop the sales, because Hobbii really does have some beautiful, unique yarns that you just can't find quite anywhere else. So I was like, you know what? Go back to Hobbii and check out their sales, because they're always having a sale. They got fun, gorgeous, unique yarns, and they're always putting stuff on sale. So for sure, I stuck to the plan. I'm only looking at sale pages. I will not get distracted by full-priced yarns, period, right? Period. I'm like, nope. We don't even look at full-priced yarns right now over there. So I only stuck to the sale pages, and that's my strategy these days with a lot of yarn companies. Like at Premier, I'm like, only look at the sales right now. So I did go over there. Now the nice thing about Hobbii, okay, I went over there and I spent hours, right, like filling my cart, putting stuff in, taking stuff out. I even hit a sale where they had Christmas glitter wheel of alpaca on sale for 50% off. Yeah, super excited about that. Now, of course, I did get the same color, the gingerbread, because that's my favorite color. It only comes in 4 colors. One I know for sure I can't wear. It's got orange in it, okay? The other one is the predominant color instead of brown is green. And I can wear some greens, some dark hunter greens I can wear, but I can't wear the lighter greens and, like the pea greens and, some of those greens that have too much yellow in them. I can't wear, and I am colorblind. And so, yes, the Google Gemini AI, that's what I use for help with my colors when I yarn shop and when I get dressed too. I ask it all the time, and it did say green, but it's not telling me, how much yellow is in that green. And to me, it looks like it's a lot of green. So I avoided that color. I thought about grabbing more of the blue, but I really was trying to stick to a budget and a game plan. So I only did grab 2 more of the gingerbread, but I love the gingerbread color. It does have some green, but not too much green for me, and it's a green that my mom and my sister both think I can wear. So there's more of that coming. But okay, here's the thing now about the tariffs, y'all. I was feeling so good about my shopping. I had all this stuff in my car, and then I went to check out. And the nice thing about Hobbii, before you hit the checkout button, they do show you what the tariff is going to be. They show you what the charges are going to be. So I was thinking, I was looking at my total in my car, and I was already planning to pay the 15% tariff. I'm like, I'm good. I've strategized this shopping well. I've shopped for sale yarns, things that are 30% off or more. I've shopped the sales, and I feel really good about this, and I'll pay the 15%, and it's fine. Well, guess what? Yeah, the tariffs have gone up again. So my tariff on that order was over 30%. I was like, what? And I'm not here to debate the tariffs right now, right? I mean, I'm not. They're here. Right now, I don't have the time frame on them. I don't know how long they're going to be. I don't even know if they're legal. I don't know. So I'm not here to debate the tariffs right now and get political on that. I'm just going to wait and see. But the tariff was 30%. So let me tell you, wait and see was what I did. I paused on my cart. I spent a couple hours being like, is this really worth it? Do you really, can you get some of these yarns other places? These were yarns that I've had my eye on for a long time, that I've been waiting for them to go on sale, just waiting for them to go on sale, right? And so, I did go ahead and hit the checkout button. I did. I paid like a 30% tariff on that order. I don't know if I'm going to keep shopping at Hobbii. I'll probably still keep looking, but again, I will stick exclusively to sale pages, and I'll be looking for yarn that's at least 30% off, so that I at least, if I check out, I at least get, the regular price, right? I'm not going to pay over the price of the yarn when it includes the tariff. So anyways, that's just the state of that situation. But I want people to know, when you watch that Hobbii yarn unboxing, when I talk about a 15% tariff, okay, that was before I knew what I know now, because I did not know that the tariff from goods from Denmark has increased. I didn't know that then, because I hadn't tried shopping from, I was trying to have some really good self-control and not shop Hobbii again, because, I've shopped a lot of yarn sales, but I was like, one more yarn sale, why not? Why not, right? So, yeah, so we will have one more order coming from Hobbii. Don't even think it's shipped or left Denmark. I think, you get like that preparing shipment notification. I don't think it's left Denmark yet, so who knows how long. I don't even think it's been packed yet. It might be packed, might not. So I don't think it's been packed yet. I don't think it's, even left the facility over there yet. So it does take a while for them to give stuff to me sometimes. I don't know why, but my orders seem to sit in customs from them for a really long time. Don't know what's up with that, but is what it is. So, I don't know. So, but I do want y'all to know that pay attention to that the tariffs have gone up to over 30% right now for some yarns. And I don't know if that's all yarns. I don't know if that's some yarns. Some people have said that it actually depends on what yarns you buy. I don't know. I have no idea. It might be certain products, certain goods. I don't know. I don't understand that. Well above my pay grade, well out of my knowledge, right? My wheel of knowledge that's not my specialty area at all. So I don't understand those things. So, but the other thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about is that Hobbii also does something called an advent calendar, right? Which is basically, they were $123 this year for the advent calendars, and you pay that, and then you get the yarn. You get 4 little bags with little numbers on them, and you get yarn in each of those bags for 4 weeks, the 4 Sundays of Advent before Christmas. You get a project a week for 4 weeks. And this year they were $123. Last year I did do it. Last year, before I had a YouTube channel, I bought the hobby advent calendar. I bought the knitting one because I was not that good at crochet yet. So I did buy the knitting one last year, okay? So I really wanted to get the knitting one again this year, but I hummed and hawed and was like, I don't know if I want to do it or not. And all, because the time I made up my mind to do it, I knew the tariffs were in place, y'all. I did. So I should have, I'm just telling you now, I should have bought that early. I should have bought it before the tariffs. So by the time that I made up my mind to get the hobby advent calendar, the knitting one, which you guys know I've been knitting a lot longer than I've been crocheting, so I'm much better at knitting and I feel more confident doing the knitting projects. Well, guess what? I waited too long on that. Not only did I did pay a 15% tariff on the advent calendar. I did get that when the tariffs were still 15%, so I'm okay with that. It was like a Christmas present to myself. I'm like, okay. So, but I waited too long. By the time that I ordered the advent calendar, the knitting one was sold out. What in the world, y'all? It was sold out. So I'm just saying, if you want the knitting one, it is gone. So this year, Hobby did 3 advent calendars. They did a knitting one, they did a specific amigurumi one, and then they did a crochet one. Yeah, so by the time I got there to make my purchase, the knitting one was gone, was sold out. The crochet one, or no, the amigurumi one, sold out. Yes, the only one that was left was crochet. Okay, that's it. So now I do crochet. I'm not very good at crochet still. I'm not. That's just a fact. I'm not. But I keep trying. I keep working at it. So I don't know if I bought the crochet one. It's here in the house. But I don't know if I'm going to have the skills or the ability to make those projects or not, because they send you the yarn, right? You get the yarn in the house, which is super fun, super exciting, but you don't get the patterns yet. We all get the patterns together. The patterns drop at the same time every Sunday morning, and the first pattern drop is going to be Sunday, November 30th, because of the way the calendar is, there's only 3 Sundays in December before Christmas. So that means the first Sunday of Advent is November 30th for us, is when we get our first pattern. So that's not going to drop till Sunday morning. So I've been debating on how to do that, okay? Because I really do want to share those with y'all. I want us to do them. If you don't have them and you're curious about them, I want you to see what they're about. And if you do have them, then we can, like, you know, share in that together, right? So that's what I have it. So we're not going to, so I am going to do a video for the morning of the 30th where we look at the first project together. Okay, we're going to open up the first project bag together. But here's the thing. I've talked about it numerous times, right? I have really slow internet. So I rarely record videos the day of and upload the day, because they can literally take hours and hours to upload a video the day of. And so, but it's also just going to be, right, we're just going to open up the project bag. We're going to look at the project. We're going to go to the website and see the pattern. Now, my understanding is that once these patterns are released, those of us who pay for the Advent calendar, we get first access to them because we paid for the Advent calendar. And then sometime, I don't know if it's the end of January or February, I don't know, those patterns will go public for sale. So they're going to be paid for patterns. So I can share with you, you know, what you would see on a paid for pattern, right? If you look for a paid for pattern, you get to see the picture, you get to see the yarn, you get to know what hook, you know, you're going to use, that kind of a thing. So I can share that with y'all on the pattern, whatever it is, but I can't give you like all the details of the pattern, because if you want it later on, you'll have to pay for it. That's just how they're doing it this year. So, but I won't get that pattern until Sunday morning, November 30th. So now I'm only going to open, what I've decided I think I'm going to do, I'm not totally sure on this yet, is I think what I am going to do is pre-record the video for November 30th. Like, we'll open up the bag together. We'll look at the yarn, right? We'll talk about the yarn. It'll give me a chance to go to the website at least and look up the yarn, familiarize myself with the name of the yarn, the composition of the yarn, all of that. I don't even know if it's a yarn I've used yet or not. Y'all, Hobbie's got lots of yarns that I have not even got my little fingers on yet. Haven't even touched and played with yet. So I don't even know if the yarns that we're going to play with for the Advent calendar are going to be, yarns that I'm familiar with or not. They might be brand new yarns to me. So we don't even know yet what's up with that, okay? So my thought is that I will pre-record the opening of the bag, the looking up the yarn, all of that, and then I'll have to wait until the morning of Sunday, and then I'll go to the pattern website and at least be able to tell you, hey, it's a hat, or it's fingerless gloves, or it's decor item, it's whatever. And we could look at that briefly. I'll do that Sunday morning. I'll put those pieces together in the editing app, edit those. So it'll be short videos, okay? We'll make short videos for those Sundays, because what I decided is that I'm only on the 30th going to open the first bag, because I know that some of y'all have purchased that calendar. And some of y'all are waiting to open that bag for each week, right? So I don't want to put out spoilers. Like, if you're one of the people who's like, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to open each bag Sunday morning. I'm going to have a surprise, right? A surprise. That's the whole point of it. A surprise every Sunday morning. And I'm going to look at my yarn when I get my pattern. And so I do not want to open up all the yarns on the Sunday the 30th, because I don't want to put out, I could put spoiler alert in the title of the video and we could open them all up together, but I don't want to do that. I won't want to do that for me or for anybody else out there who doesn't want to know. So there are videos. I know some people do videos where they unbox their whole Advent calendar package ahead of time and you get to see it, and they do tell you, spoilers. This is a spoiler alert. We're going to go through it. So if you don't want to know, right, if you ordered it and you don't want to know and you want to be surprised, then don't watch the video. So I could certainly do that. I could put it in the title. I could put it in the description box. All of that, but I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to wait and open up each bag separately. Plus, I need to have, because we're going to do it the day of, we're going to upload the video the day of, after I get that pattern. I think I'm going to have to keep those videos short, because even for me where I live, a 10 or a 15-minute video where I live can still take a few hours to upload, and I still want it to show up sometime on that Sunday, right? The day that the pattern drops. So that's my current thought on the Advent calendar right now. That could change. It could change. I don't know, right? Life can happen. Things can change. We don't know. We have no idea what could be happening in my life even by November 30th. We all sort of have to live our lives that way, right? I do. Anyways. So that's my strategy and my thoughts on the Advent. I don't even know if there's still crochet Advent calendars available or not. There might be, okay, if you go there might be, and you might be able to still get one, and we can look at it and we can craft together. And I don't know if I'm going to work those projects. Like I said, if they're really fine yarns, right? Like if they're sport weight #2 fine yarns and they're worked up like on an e-crochet hook or something, guess what? I might not be making them. Okay, I'm just going to be real with you. I might be like, I'm going to pass on that, right? Now, you still get the yarn and you still get the pattern, but it doesn't mean that you have to make that project. And you know what? I might not like the colors. That's just a fact. Last year, when I bought the knitting one. And I really liked one of the projects. I think it was a shawl, and it was like a 2-colored shawl. And it was a simple shawl. I could have done it. I could have easily done that shawl, got it done in a week. But I didn't like one of the colors. It just wasn't going to be a good color for me at all. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to knit up this shawl in a color that I know I can't wear. So that can happen. That's just one thing I want to put out there with the Advent calendar, is that not only do you not know what yarns you're getting or what the projects are, it's all mysteries, it's all surprises, okay? So if you spend the $123, You're going to get 4 mystery bags. You will not know the project. You will not know the yarn. You do not get to choose colors. So if it's a wearable and you're somebody like me, guess what? You might get colors that you cannot wear. And that's just a fact, right? So we're kind of rolling the dice on this one, y'all. We don't know. It might be a yarn that I'm like, you know what, that's a cool project. I don't like the yarn, though. Or it's like too fine of a yarn, too fine of a crochet hook for me to work with. I might say, you know what, I can't wear that color. Because that's what happened to me last year with one of the shawls. And it was so pretty. It was too bad. And I did say to myself, I was like, you know what, May, buy this next time you're shopping at Hobbii. Go and get this yarn in another color, right? In another color. And then you can still make their project because you own the pattern. So, and I can easily still use that particular yarn that came with that. I know my plan with it was to just do like a household item or something like that with it, right? To do a non-wearable. So, and I could always make the shawl and I could gift it too. Like I could make the shawl and I could donate it. Whew. Oh my goodness. Having some. That's happened to my hobby order too, by the way. My hobby order video that's scheduled, I kind of get short of breath, have some respiratory issues. I don't know. It might be the cold air. I'm not sure what's going on, but getting a little bit of that today too. Where, I think it's the cold air, but I don't know for sure what it is. So anyways, I'm not too worried. I'm a little worried about it, obviously, right? When you have breathing problems and you got to take deep breaths and you're, shit, it sucks. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I think it's probably the cold air. Anyways, so it can affect my ability to, talk, right? Talk and breathing at the same time. So that does happen during that hobby order. So we have to cut it short, and you know what? We're going to try our best to make it to the end of this row and then cut our video short again today. Well, 2 rows is good enough, right? So anyways, so with the hobby calendar, I think that's what I'm going to do. But just know, if you buy it, you might get a color that you're like, that's a really cute scarf, that's a beautiful scarf, or that's a beautiful shawl, or whatever, but I can't wear that color. So that can happen. So my plan was for the shawl last year was to actually buy that yarn in a different color and remake it, and then just use that yarn that came with it for a non-wearable, for like a household. No, I never did that because, I got really distracted with crochet, y'all. I started last year. I was just in my crochet journey. And so, I know what I was doing last Christmas. I decided to knit my queen size blanket. That's right. OMG, last December, I decided I was going to knit myself a queen sized vine lace blanket. You've seen it on the channel. I brought it in here once or twice. You saw it when we're in the master bedroom on occasion. I have a packing video, I think from June, where I say, packing for my vacation. I show you a bunch of my hand knit clothes and designs. That's in the master. This is not my bedroom. This is my guest bedroom where my parents hang out, where my parents stay when they visit me. So if you want to see that whitish, it's kind of like a creamish white vine lace queen size blanket. I was doing that last December. So that's why I never finished my advent OMG, y'all. I never finished my advent calendar projects because I decided I wanted to take on knitting my queen size blanket. So that's what happened last year and why I never got back to that shawl. I was thinking to myself, like, why didn't I get back to making my shawl, right? That's why, because I decided to knit a queen size blanket. And so, yeah, that project got abandoned. The idea was there, but the project got abandoned. But just keep that in mind. When we open those, I might say that's a really nice yarn, but I don't want to crochet with a hook that small. I might say that's a nice project. I can't wear that color, so I'm not doing it. Or I might say, you know what, I like the pattern, but I don't like that color. I'm going to get into my stash. I'm going to look for a substitute yarn. I'm going to get a different yarn. I'll do it, or maybe even, depending on what it is. If it's a shawl or something, you know what, and it's like an E-hook, I can always be like, you know what, I'm going to make that in a DK weight yarn and do that with a G-hook, because I can crochet with a G-hook pretty good. I mean, it's depending on the stitch pattern, right? We saw me do it with the Arachnid's Curse, but like I said, that was V stitches and chains mostly. So Anyways, so we'll see. They're mysteries, they're surprises. So I'm going to try to do it. That's my game plan right now, is to pre-record the opening of the bag for the 30th, looking at the yarn, and then I'll have to wait till Sunday morning to get that pattern and add that to it, put it in the editing app, and upload it that day. So it'll be short and sweet. That's the plan, though. So anyways, my friends, I am almost at the end of the row, and I am kind of having some breathing issues. So I am going to finish up this row and go. And, you know, we have to end with, though, right? Creativity is for everybody. Whether you see or you see like me, which is not in color and not so much in the day, or you don't see at all, creativity is for you. And whether it's knitting or crocheting or sewing or quilting or beading or sculpting or painting or weaving or carving or whatever it is that you do, today it's a great day to craft and create. Look at that. We put on 2 more rows on this blanket. I don't know which way I have it facing. Hang on. Let me see which way is that. Oh, had it facing the right way before. Sorry. Okay, there's the stockinette portion side. Look at that. Look at that. Well, I don't think I'm going to have this finished. I want to make it just a little bit bigger. Not a lot bigger. It's a baby blanket, but a little bit bigger. So I don't think we're going to see this for Finish It Friday this week, but it's okay. It's totally okay because I got distracted by Puzzle Shimmer. I got distracted by crocheting with Puzzle Shimmer. So I think for Finish It Friday, y'all are going to see some Puzzle Shimmer. That's right. And it's going to be beautiful. So I think we're going to see that for Finish It Friday. And then we will probably work on the blanket together again next week. No promises, because it's a holiday, y'all. And I'm hosting. So, you know what? We don't know yet what's going to happen next week. But anyways, for now, I'm going to use my, look at this though. Our big skein is getting smaller, y'all. It is. And we are going to just, you know, like tuck it right back into our little project bag right here, right? This amazing, wonderful plastic clear bag that is still containing my, my blankie. It's still doing it. It still fits in there with the skein of yarn. Loving that. So, okay, my friends. Well, there it is. So I'm going to go for now, but thank you so much for listening. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye for now. And yes, I really don't know yet how much I'll be here next week. Okay, so stay tuned. Alrighty, bye-bye.